Okay, first thing we're going to do today is everyone is going to be helping to look through the box. Each table is going to have a box that is going to be coordinated with the number to the table that you sit at. So each table sits 3 people, and each table will share one of these boxes. You are responsible for making sure that all of the tools remain in this box and that they're taken care of, and they go back in the box at the end of each class period. What you will find in here is 2 plastic mallets, 3 chasing hammers, a ruler, 3 Sharpies, 3 bench blocks, 3 sandbag pads, 2 flush cutters. These should remain in the package. That's why when you open your case, they're in a package. Then there will be regular wire cutters, and there should be 3 pairs of these. Needle nose pliers, and flush pliers, and round nose pliers. So you can see I'm missing 1 pair of these, so I'll have to find them. Now I want to explain what each of these tools do. First, you've got your chasing hammer. There, you'll notice that these 2 are different. Generally, they have a little bit of a curved, concave surface on the larger side. This one is flat. They will both work for chasing, and they will both work for riveting. This one just may be a little bit harder to use, but it's still considered a chasing hammer. A chasing hammer is used to texturize metal and to do rivets. Your plastic mallets. These are just used for straightening wire, not flattening it, but getting rid of a bend in a piece of wire, and it will also be used for flattening a piece of sheet metal. You don't use these for anything else. The bench block. This is a steel block, and when you use this, you take it out of the box and you can lay it onto this pad to help absorb some of the shock. But anytime you do any hammering of metal or wire, you want to do it on this metal block. Sharpies, these are used for marking your wire so you know where to cut, and for doing any measuring. You'll be able to steel wool these off any marks, so you don't need to be concerned with them being Sharpies. Now to the actual tools. The cutter, this is just your standard wire cutter. It is not a flush cutter. That means that when it cuts the wire, it's going to cut the wire and leave it at an angle. You normally do not want to make any type of jewelry links where there's an angle left on the wire. So this is just for cutting pieces before you start your actual finished piece. They're also a little bit more sturdy. Your needle nose pliers. These come to a point. That's how you can remember the name. This is used for wire working. It's for holding on to wire. All jewelry tools are different than those you'll find in your garage because they do not have any teeth on the inside, so they won't leave marks on your metal or wire. You want to be careful that you do not nick these up or misuse them so that you don't get any marks on the pliers, because they will transfer to your pieces that you're making. The flat nose pliers, these are kind of like, I say, an extra hand. When you need to grab wire with 2 pliers. You can use the flat nose and the needle nose. You can also make nice straight edges with the flat nose pliers. Or not edges, I'm sorry, angles with the wire. The final plier is the round nose plier. This is used for making loops and for making all different types of links. Then your flesh cutters. These are probably one of the most expensive tools that are in your box right now, and there's 2 different types. The orange-handled flesh cutters, when you use these, you always want what is going to be garbage, the part of the wire that you're not going to use, to be sticking out the side that is indented. The other side, when you cut, that comes up against this, is where your wire will remain flush. These you only want to cut through 1 piece of wire at a time. You wouldn't want to cut through a whole bunch of pieces of wire, or you will get nicks in these and then they're ruined. So you need to be sure to take care of these, and that you don't just throw them in the box with your other tools. Then these are flesh cutters also, and same rules apply when you're using these. That way you have 2 pairs in each box. And then of course the ruler. This is for marking and measuring your wire or your sheet metal. And that is it for the tools.